So I was covering the team in 2015 when they unveiled the new Performance Center, which is a super impressive big building at Parrot City. I was there when they unveiled the expanded, like doubled in size clubhouse at McKechnie Field at the time. Looked super nice, new offices, new everything, new media room, thankfully. All that was great, and it was like highly touted by the Pirates. They really enjoyed showing it around everybody. At one point, it was in Bob Nutting's official bio that they built those buildings and done all that work. It was an impressive thing. But when we were doing the reporting process in here, and we discovered from three sources that money, well, the story, if you haven't read it, it's the lead. You can get that part for free. It was that Neal Huntington had gotten the plans for this. They had taken this to the Pirates ownership and said, hey, we'd love for to get additional funds to cover this. And they were told from Nutting that they had the money they needed in baseball operations budget. They just needed to decide how to spend it. And so they had opportunities. They could have chosen to not pull it out of payroll, but that would mean it's coming out of scouting or tech or one of these areas that like taking $8 million out of would have absolutely decimated that area. And when you were the Pirates, and at that point in time, you could believe that maybe you could get by with drawing $8 million out of payroll to pay for something else. So I think that makes some sense. And but to me, I was like, I know that's new information that hasn't been reported. I didn't have that information back then when I was covering the team. Would have loved to. It would have helped explain some of the things we were seeing moving forward, where the Pirates go down from a record high $99 million payroll starting 2016 to getting rid of Liriano, getting rid of, I guess, prior to that record payroll, they're getting rid of Charlie Morton. They were flipping Neil Walker. Just a bunch of departures that offseason that set them up for 2016 that started this descent in a lot of ways, payroll and production. And so to me, that was an anecdote that said a lot and sort of set the stage for what the story was going to be.
So I guess my question here would be, I know we talked about the $8 million that had to be spent to build a new facility. Is that at all a common practice? Because I know we like jokingly make fun of the Cubs and their Wrigleyville and how they were broke, just making fun of them. But is that something that happens across baseball a little bit, where things like that come out of baseball operations, or are these owners putting their own money towards things like that?
In checking around, we were given no indication that this is common practice. This is a real estate investment, right? This is something where if they sold it, they could say, we have a fully refurbished, state-of-the-art performance center at Pirate City. Whoever's buying the team, you're going to pay us for that. So in my mind, that's like a capital investment that they're making. And so I don't know why it would come out of baseball operations. People I've talked to, no one has like things that have been flagged in the story that people might disagree with. No one so far has disagreed with us pointing that out as a strange factor. And the sources we talked to said, yeah, it impacted the way that front office had to operate.